Emily.
Hi, I'm Julie.
And we're the Fangirl Diaries. Today we have Julie as our special guest on the podcast. Hi, Julie.
Hi. Okay, so I really like Doctor Who and Harry Potter, and I cosplay, and that's why I think I'm a fangirl.
And we're very happy to have you with us today. Julie is a huge Doctor Who fan, so we're going to be covering that extensively today since tonight is the series premiere and we have a new Doctor, Peter Capaldi, so we'll definitely be sharing our thoughts on him later. First, we're going to start with our drink. Today, it's in honor of, even though we have a new Doctor, we have to honor, well, my favorite Doctor.
Our 10th Doctor.
Our 10th Doctor.
This is the 10th Doctor's sonic screwdriver, which is very tasty. It's all equal parts vodka, blue curacao, how is it pronounced? Curacao?
Curacao.
And equal parts orange juice as well. You mix it up. It's awesome.
And it's blue, just like his screwdriver. So cheers. Julie is not of age, so she
No.
will not be participating.
She has her lovely Doctor Who tumbler filled with tea, non-alcoholic tea.
We're responsible.
Drink responsibly.
Yummy, yummy. Alrighty. So we're going to start with our trailers today. We have a ton of trailers to cover today. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. First, we're going to start with Horns with Dan Rad.
Yay!
What do we think of Horns?
I'm excited to see him out of Harry Potter. I mean, I always love him and I will always stereotype him as Harry Potter, but I'm excited to see him out of that element, and this is completely different.
I'm also really excited for his accent. Like,
Wasn't it great?
It was really good. Like, I wouldn't think that he didn't have an American accent.
I know, it was really strange. It's a good accent, but it's a really strange situation to see him not
Without
speaking
the British accent. Yeah. So kudos on your American accent.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured this is a dark comedy, but it's so ridiculous and weird.
I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I don't know whether...
I'm pretty excited for
That's what
it.
makes it so fun, because it does look really, like, creepy, but fun. It looks funny.
I feel like it has the ability to be like a cult classic. Like something not everyone is going to love, but when you love it, you really, really love it.
Yeah.
And like you're going to want to watch it all the time and quote lines from it. I feel like it's going to be one of those kind of movies.
I'm excited. It's based off the novel from Stephen King's son, Joe Hill.
Cool.
So, you're going to get that element of, like, creepy and scary, but it looks very comical as well. So I think it'll be a nice balance, because I usually don't like the whole Stephen King horror stuff.
Yeah, neither do I. But
The plot looks really cool, too. Like, it looks like something happens in the town that he lives in once he starts getting the horns.
Right.
And I think that looks cool.
Yeah, I think he has the ability to, like, manipulate people.
That's what it looks like.
So, and I know that he has to get to, like, the bottom of who actually killed the girl that he's being blamed for. So I'm very looking forward to this.
yeah, it's weird enough to spark my interest.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. Next we have Interstellar, which to me reminds me of Gravity. Probably because of the heavy themes and the space travel.
I think it'll have a lot more heart than Gravity. Like, I think a lot more emotional aspects with the kids. And I really love the fact that it's, like, the voyage of humanity always striving to survive, to explore and to, like, strive for that survival. Because I think the premise is, like, something's happening on Earth and they need to find, like...
Yeah, we can't survive anymore on Earth, so we need to find somewhere to live elsewhere.
So I'm really excited about this because it doesn't only look beautiful. It's Christopher Nolan, who is brilliant.
Yeah.
The same visual effects company from Inception is doing it. So, right there, it's beautiful.
Visually, it's going to be gorgeous.
And Christopher Nolan's brother, Jonathan, actually took classes in theoretical physics, or maybe in relativity, in California to write the script. It was the first concept was actually from a theoretical physicist, so it should be based on, like, real theory, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they end up doing that.
That's
of course we won't know. Only real theoretical physicists are gonna know whether they're fucking it up.
I'm sure we'll just be like, yeah.
What did you think, Julie? Did you like it?
I did. It looks like it'd be the prologue to every sci-fi movie. All the movies that, like, we see, like, oh, now they live on Mars because Earth is destroyed. Like, that's kind of how it looks.
The journey too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to have a lot of heavy themes. I know you mentioned the emotional aspect of it, but the second trailer that they showed at Comic-Con, like, made it seem like a completely different movie from the first trailer that they released. Like, there are a lot of, like, emotional, heavy shit that they're discussing. So I like that. I think it's going to be a very emotional movie, aside from all the sci-fi factors. So,
yeah, and you have a great cast, too.
Yeah. Talk about turning your career around with Matthew McConaughey.
Seriously.
True Detective was the best thing he could have ever done, because now no one looks at a trailer with Matthew McConaughey and goes, yeah, whatever, dude. It's like, oh, this is legit. This looks good.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, very excited for that one. And Anne Hathaway, I love her even though everyone hates her. So.
Oh, I love her.
I'm on her camp. So I'm excited to see her act with Matthew. Next up, we have The Hobbits. Woohoo! I'm so excited to see how they end it. I hated the way they started it. Then I liked the second one. So I have high hopes.
I'm ready for it to be over. Like, I didn't think this needed to be a trilogy. It needs to stop. I give Peter Jackson all my money because I love his visuals, and I will go, and I'm a total hypocrite for hating on it because I still go and I watch it and I enjoy it. But I think it needs to all end.
I mean, the Lord of the Rings trilogy and everything that goes along with it, including The Hobbit, has like a really special place in my heart, because I feel like that's when I became like a really hardcore fangirl. Like, I was obsessed with the cast of Lord of the Rings, and I followed everything. I don't think, was there even Tumblr back then? I don't think so. But LiveJournal was like Tumblr, so I would like collect photos of them and post it all the time, and like basically obsess all over the place about them.
When I was a little girl, I was like hardcore in love with Legolas. Like, I even had one of those stand-up things, and like I was like, my boyfriend all the time. I love it.
Yeah, we would still do that now.
Yeah. I still have that.
As you should. But I like the way that they set up this trailer, though, regardless of whether the movie is going to be great or not. I also don't think it should have been a trilogy, but whatever, can't do anything about that now. But they made it super emotional with Pippin's song from Return of the King. Like, I thought that was magical. I loved it. It made me a little teary.
So, I really like it too. The only thing I'm kind of upset about is the fact that they're not calling it There and Back Again, since it is the last one, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
So,
Just kidding, we're not done. But I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. The second one was a lot more action-packed, and obviously this one is going to be even more so, with the big battle at the end. So yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it too. I just think it's good to be done.
It's a little sad. It's a little sad for me.
It's bittersweet, I know.
I don't want it to go away. I felt the same way with the last Lord of the Rings movie. I was super depressed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. Dark times.
On to happier things.
On to happier things with the Book of Life, which looks so cute.
I love it. It looks so adorable.
Yeah.
It's totally the kind of animation I love, like with the Day of the Dead themed. I'm so excited about this.
I know. I feel like it's Nightmare Before Christmas for a whole new generation.
Yes, it's so cute. The animation is great, and I love everything. Oh my, it's just, I'm excited.
I mean, I totally dig the beautiful dark animation and dark visuals, so I'm super excited for it. It looks so cute. And Zoe Saldana's like killing it with like the geeky,
great roles.
all the geeky roles. She takes them.
Whoever your agent is, whoever's giving you these scripts, don't fire them.
Seriously.
It's fantastic.
You're the bomb. We love you. So yeah, very, very, very excited for that. And on a similar vein is Big Hero 6. Which I saw a trailer for before Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I'm already obsessed with it.
Yeah, I've seen that blowing up on Tumblr, and it looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. It's so cute.
I know. It's based off some of older Marvel comics. I'm hoping that because the box office will give it the good numbers that they expect,
it's Disney.
They'll bring back like an actual comic book series, because it hasn't been around for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It started like in 1998, but then the last time they were seen was, I want to say, from memory, if I remember what I researched, was Amazing Spider-Man in 2012. But the actual series hasn't had like anything new, and Marvel hasn't said anything about expanding that. So hopefully they'll see cha-ching and do something, because it's such a cute series, and I think kids would really like appreciate it.
And big kids like us.
Yeah.
Totally appreciate it as well. Yeah, Marvel's killing it. So I'm sure that this is going to be no different from everything they've been releasing lately. And now for something completely different.
Yeah.
Somber. Yeah. Is The Theory of Everything, which is a Stephen Hawking's movie. It's basically focused on his marriage to his wife, and how everything began with their relationship and how everything kind of fell apart from there. And it's really emotional.
Yeah, I can actually say this made me teary-eyed, which isn't easy to do because I'm awful.
Me and Julie cry,
but like my eyes watered. Like
yeah,
it's very psychological and very. It's really sad that such an incredible mind can be betrayed by their physical body. Like, it's such a betrayal.
Yeah.
If you don't know, he has ALS, and he's got this incredible mind, and for your body to just like
give up.
Yeah. So I really hope in the movie that they're like going to express how much of an emotional torment this has to be. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And I think through the trailers, we saw like really good acting. I mean, Oscar-worthy stuff. So I hope they didn't just like mash up the best scenes into like a minute.
That's sad.
I hope it like follows through and gives us like this heart-wrenching, emotional, like snot-producing kind of thing. Because that's what I want from it.
Oh yeah, that's what the trailer illustrated. So we better get that. I better be rocking back and forth crying.
Oh yeah, tears all over the place.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to it. Usually I don't want to watch movies that I know are going to make me cry, but this one I'm all for. Like, I totally want to see it. He is an incredible man. So I'm interested to see where it all began. Next up is Maze Runner. Elsie and Julie have read the books. I have not. I'm still super excited for it. I hadn't seen the trailer until I started research for the podcast, and I was totally into it. Just from the trailer, I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy these books this weekend.
Yeah. Julie, you watch Teen Wolf as well, right?
I do, and I love Dylan O'Brien. He's like my favorite character on Teen Wolf, so I'm so excited for him in Maze Runner.
He's the main guy?
He's the main character,
Awesome.
Thomas, so I'm super excited about that because I do
Perfect
love
casting,
him
too.
Yes, and for Newt, also one of the characters.
Yes, he's also my favorite character.
Thomas, I forget his last.
The kid in Game of Thrones.
Okay, he's in Game of Thrones. He's Ferb from Phineas and Ferb. He was in Love Actually. This kid has been like in everything that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He's been in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
He's been in Doctor Who. He's just fantastic, and I'm so excited to see him in like a feature film.
Yeah, it looks like a badass movie.
It is. It's really great. It's premise that we don't know anything. Well, in book 1, you don't really know anything about the outside world, and these kids are just like trapped in this maze, and they need to survive and figure out what to do to get out, and it's just crazy, and I love it. It's like the male Hunger Games.
You know, I remember you telling me that, but when I saw the trailer, I was like, I could see that, but there's not enough similarities
they don't
to
kill
like.
each other.
Right. I'm like,
It's actually the opposite. Yeah.
They're trying to survive, but the whole, kids being killed by other things,
being sent to like another place.
Yeah, don't ruin it for me, guys.
Just saying. It's
totally gonna be the first book I read. I'm going on vacation, really long flight, and I plan on getting about 5 books for my trip because 12 hours there, 12 hours back.
I mean, I'm only in the middle of book 2, so I really hope they don't screw it up. I hated the last Divergent series book, so
that's why I refused to start it.
So I'm really scared that now I just had such a bad experience. I don't want this to happen with Maze Runner, so I'm hoping it pulls through for all 3 books. It's amazing. Don't disappoint me.
Yeah, don't. Please don't. Alrighty, so those are our trailers for now. A lot of good movies coming up. As far as the TV world, I'm totally into The Strain. It's based on books by Guillermo del Toro. He initially wanted it to be a TV series, like when he came up with the concept, but none of the studios took it on. They totally
So he did a book series.
Right. And he was like, you know what? Let me just make it into some novels. And now it's a series because the novels were so good. When I asked for recommendations for books for my trip, I got a lot of recommendations for these novels. So I'm also going to be picking those up. I figured the book series is so great that then people were like, okay, let's make this into a show now. We trust you.
So tell me what the show's about, because I've only seen the creepy eye promos, and I was like, oh, okay. I want to see this. But Guillermo del Toro is like one of my faves. Right. And he's actually, his little fingers are dipped in everything that we've been talking about, from The Hobbit to
Big Hero 6.
Yeah. So
So I love him too. I honestly did not know anything when I started watching this show. All I heard was Guillermo del Toro, and I was like, yes, yes. So I started watching it, and it's a vampire show. So I mean, I guess you could say that it's oversaturated, the whole vampire thing, but I like the way they do this one. Like, it's seen as an infection. And what happens is that basically it all starts that people are on a plane, and then they all die. Okay. Seemingly, they all die. It really reminded me of Fringe.
X-Files.
Yeah, Fringy X-Files. So I was like, all right. And only a couple of people survive. And then those people start slowly changing and morphing and spreading the vampire disease, so to say. So, like, there's disease control that's researching and looking into this, and that's where our main characters are. There's, like, a little bit of, like, family issues in there. So there's, like, the human side to it, and then all the vampire drama.
The sci-fi fantasy part.
Exactly.
Awesome. Sounds like something I would love.
Yeah, I like the way they treated it. It's not like this sexy thing to be a vampire. Like, they will fuck your shit up. You lose your genitals. Oh. Yeah, because you don't need them anymore. You lose your hair.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a totally different world from, like, Anne Rice sexy vampires, which we're all used to. This is horror.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, this is flat out horror, which I usually don't like. Yeah. But when it's vampires, I'm totally into it. It has amazing actors. It has Sean Astin, which will forever be my Samwise. I love him. He's kind of a despicable character in it. I'm hoping he redeems himself, but I love that he's in it. The guy from House of Cards. I'm so sorry, I forget your name. I saw you at Comic-Con. I didn't recognize you, and you're right next to me. I'm the worst. Yeah. But he's adorable and a really, really good actor, and he's the main guy in it. So sorry
that why they killed him off and.
Hey, if
spoilers.
Yeah, I was gonna say
spoilers.
Let's just say it's a good thing you're no longer on House of Cards, because I think he's fantastic in this show. But yeah, I like the way that they treat it, like virus that takes over human bodies either through a bite or through like this worm-like parasite that invades your body.
Your eye?
Well, no, it doesn't need to go into your eye.
Yeah, the only reason I haven't watched
an orifice
the whole thing was because those promo shots grossed me out so bad.
It's a little
Anything
gross.
In the eye just freaks me out.
It's totally gross. It's like Fringe. Like, supposedly don't eat while you watch Fringe. I ate all the time while I watched Fringe.
You get desensitized.
You're also not supposed to eat as you watch Hannibal, and that's like what I would do. Like, I would be like, I'm going to eat dinner and watch Hannibal. I didn't realize how disturbing that was until it was brought to my attention, but I don't care. So, yeah.
Julie, are you watching this?
I saw the first half of the first episode last night, so I really like it though. I'm gonna totally continue watching it.
Yeah, and it has like kind of this emotional aspect. Like, I forgot what the quote is when the show started. It started with a really awesome quote, which I probably should have written down.
The hunger thing, right? Yeah, that was great.
And the love aspect, that like love is our biggest weakness as human beings, because these vampires, this won't really spoil anything. The funny thing is when they're turned, they go back to the people they love the most to also infect them. So that's how they get you. So these people that you think died on the plane are coming back to life, and they show up at your doorstep. So imagine your husband. Yay! You think your husband died or your mom or your sister died in a plane crash, and all of a sudden they show up at your door, and they're like, I need your help. And they look terrible, but they're alive, and you're like, oh my God. And then that's where they get you. So the whole thing is that human beings' biggest weakness is love, which I really, really thought was a really cool way to introduce the show. And it has that little aspect in there in the middle of all the craziness. So I love it.
Okay.
Definitely check it out. Is it the best show on TV? No. But is it good and entertaining? Yeah. So.
Well, it's got to be doing well because it got picked up for a second
It
season
did?
already.
See, I didn't know. Okay, great. I'm so happy because sometimes I wonder whether I have good taste in things, but apparently I do. Yay!
So far, so good.
It's good. I hope they don't mess it up, and I'm definitely going to read it because I'm sure that, as always, the books are better than any show or movie that they may make. But next up, also completely different, we have like things that are all over the spectrum this time, is Outlander.
Well, if you like 18th century Scotland versus New York City filled with vampires, yeah, totally different.
Yeah.
Outlander, you know, I heard so much hype about it during San Diego Comic-Con, but I was like, let me give this a shot. I didn't like it. I was so bored. And I want to say, I think there's only been like 2 episodes out, so maybe it's just because of the setting up, and I'm sure it'll be fantastic. Not my kind of thing, not my kind of period piece. Like, I don't care about 18th century Scotland. The guy is great looking, but that doesn't, you know,
that doesn't make
watching it when there's a billion other things that I prefer to watch. So if you like that kind of thing, I think it's more going to be like, oh, she's trapped between 2 loves because...
time travel.
But we'll see. I mean, she's got her husband in like 1945, post World War II, and they go off to Scotland for a holiday, and somehow she gets zapped through some like Stonehenge thing and is now in 18th century Scotland, and they treat her like shit because, you know, women were really not valued at that time, and whatever. So it looks interesting if that's the kind of thing you like, and I didn't. But it has like the tiny bit of sci-fi with the time traveling, but then the rest of it's like a major chick flick kind of thing.
Yeah, I usually I like romance and everything, but it's just not my kind of thing. I feel like it's like for women that are like, this is so bad to say, are like trapped in like loveless marriages.
Like they're like a time travel portal.
But guys, I could live through this fantasy of possibly falling through a portal and finding this super hot guy. Like, I don't know. I don't dig that kind of thing.
I mean, it's only been out for 2 episodes, and it got renewed for a second season.
Oh, so. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it's going to be very successful, but it's just not my
kind of thing.
Not my kind of fantasy. Sorry, girls that feel that way.
I gave it a try. I did.
You did more than me. I was like, oh, Outlander. I've heard about this.
Did you see it?
I saw like the first 5 or 10 minutes of it,
and you couldn't stomach it.
Yeah, then I went to go watch The Strain instead. So.
Yeah, it's just I don't need that in my life.
Well, halfway,
it's okay.
my husband was like, "Do you really want to continue watching this?" I was like, "I will pull through. I will finish what I started." And then when it was over, I was like, "No more. I'm not going to episode 2."
Actually, from all my friends that are I have a lot of friends that are huge fans of this show, and one of them posted on Facebook, actually several of them have this really, really funny blog of this woman, and she's writing down or blogging everything her husband says as she's watching an episode of Outlander. And it's actually hysterical, and although it doesn't make me want to watch Outlander, even less so with his comments. No, it makes me want to do the same on my blog with my husband when we're watching shows, because it is totally random, weird shit that he says, and it would be really hilarious to make that into like a weekly post. My husband on Hannibal. Things like that. But that is basically the only enjoyment I've gotten out of Outlander is that blog.
Sorry,
so kudos for you. Yeah. I'll put the link to the blog below in the YouTube. But to something a little bit more enjoyable is The Flash. I have not watched it, so I'll totally let these 2 ladies take over the conversation about the first episode.
I loved it. I've been so excited for this, mainly since Arrow, because I love Arrow. And when they introduced Barry Allen, like my heart, my little fangirl heart, he was perfect. And I've been so excited ever since. And I recently found out that they released the first episode, and I was so happy watching it. Like, it was so perfect. I wanted to cry, and I probably did. And it was great. It was just really, really good. They did him so, so well.
I agree. I am also a very Oliver Queen fangirl. I love Arrow. And I watched Barry get introduced. I loved him with Felicity. I thought it was so cute. And obviously huge age difference. So I find him adorable in the I want to pet you kind of thing. Like, you're so cute. And I think CW will do great with this because they really do. DC does really good on television with the CW, or is it CW? Yeah, it is CW.
Yeah.
And they have not done anything that I haven't liked so far. So I'm really excited about this. It looked adorable. I love his science friends, his doctor friends that are helping him out. Like, they're adorable. It's gonna be a great run. I hope it lasts.
When does it start?
It starts fall of this year. I don't know the actual date, but I know, like, with all the new shows now coming in September, October.
It starts on a Tuesday, and then Arrow starts the following day on Wednesday. Okay. I don't know which Tuesday, though.
Is he still going to be on Arrow?
Oliver Queen is going to actually be in Flash a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a
crossover.
crossover.
And I think Felicity is, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. There is a little something brewing between Barry and Felicity, but we'll see.
I know that from Tumblr.
We'll see, because Felicity is getting a new hottie on Arrow.
Yeah,
so let's see if that happens.
Like a square instead of a triangle.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. She deserves it. I love her.
I do too.
She's like the perfect portrayal of, like, what a female character should be in these shows, not sexualized. She's very intelligent, she's cute, she's quirky, and I really like her. I respect her character.
Good, because I just blogged about how terrible geeky girls are portrayed.
I know.
So I'm glad to hear that someone is being portrayed in a good
adorable.
light.
Yeah. And they make her sexy when she needs to be. So there's still that feminine appeal.
Yeah.
But she's really smart.
Yeah.
So
I'm all for sex appeal. Like, I don't...
She's adorable.
Sex sells, so I'm never going to, like, downplay that at all. But I think that there needs to be an equal... Everything needs to be equal parts, guys. Well, I'm glad. I will actually try to watch it. I started Arrow, and I saw, like, 2 episodes, and then I was disinterested. But then John Barrowman is on it now.
And so, how can you be disinterested?
So is River.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. Okay, so, yeah, I've seen his abs. Yeah, I've seen them.
It's the most shallow thing I've said.
I saw
you out the window. Just abs.
I saw him in front of me at Comic-Con, so I know what we're working. I know what we're working with here.
I think Flash is going to be, like, more of a comedy compared to Arrow, because Arrow gets really serious.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'll give it another chance. Maybe I'll binge watch it again and try to see if
you don't
I like it.
I mean, give Flash a chance. See if maybe that, appeals to you more.
Entices me.
It's cute. It's a really cute series, and I think it'll be successful.
Hopefully. All right, so we have The Leftovers next, and I don't think anyone watches that except for me, right? Well, used to.
I saw a trailer for it, and I saw, like, something about the Rapture. Like, I'm not sure. Is it the Rapture?
Well, no one knows. See, I stopped watching it after, I want to say, episode 4, because I got really disinterested, and it made me really sad, because I was initially, like, so intrigued for the show. Like, I was like, this show is going to be everything. It's Damon from Lost who writes it, so I'm like, yeah, I'm all about it. I have to give it a chance. And the trailers made it seem super interesting. They're like, okay, so 2% of the population just disappears one day, so they do call it the Rapture, but they don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't add up to being the Rapture, or what you would consider the Rapture to be, because these people that were taken away were good people, bad people, and everyone in between.
So no
murders were taken.
No discrimination.
No. Yeah. So there's no, like, common ground here. So they're like, why did they leave? But the whole show focuses on the people who remained, and that's why it's called The Leftovers. So it's also based on a novel or short story. But it didn't grab my attention at all. Like, the acting's great and everything, but it's just boring. Like, it doesn't go anywhere. There's no, or at least the character development wasn't fast enough for me. So after 4 episodes, I was like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. When I'm looking at my computer more than I'm watching the TV while I'm watching something, I'm like, just take it off the DVR. I'm at that point. Like, I know we've discussed it a million times that there's so many good shows that if you don't grab me,
don't waste my time.
I'm not gonna waste my time. Like, I've kicked off so many sitcoms from my DVR, like New Girl, Big Bang Theory. Like, I just stopped. Modern Family.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I have so many other great shows that I will rather watch than you, and that's how I felt about The Leftovers, which makes me sad. It has a really good premise. Like, it's interesting. They just don't carry it out well. I think.
One of the only things I know about it really is the fact that our 9th Doctor is in it.
He is.
And that he gets apparently beat up a lot. And I learned that from the Will Wheaton Project.
Yeah, I think I stopped watching it when it was episode centric on him, which it kind of follows the Lost plan, where it's like every episode is focused on one kind of history. Yeah, like they gave him history. Yeah, which I dig most of the time, but I mean, like, disappointed with the pacing. It just wasn't interesting enough to me, and maybe it is because it's like, no, it's not religious based though. Like, there's like this crazy fanatical group of people that dress all in white, and they don't speak to each other or to anybody. Like, they use whiteboards.
Okay.
But you don't, I didn't get far enough in the series to realize what's going on, but one of the members of this group is the main character's wife. Okay. No, obviously not together anymore. And there's
she's crazy.
Right, and there's some sort of strife there, and I don't know why she decided to join this group of people. I don't know why anyone would. Like, Liv Tyler is another main character, and she also decides to join these people. And that's when I stopped. Like, I didn't understand, and maybe I should have just stuck with it, but I was like, too many things, don't understand, not interested, bye. So that was it, but apparently a lot of people like it because it was picked up for a 2nd season. And there was like a big push at Comic-Con when I went for it. Lots of posters and lots of promotion with people walking all in white and not speaking to you and staring at you and pointing at you if they found something wrong with what you're wearing or what you're carrying. Like, I got a few points at my GoPro and things like that, and it was creepy and awesome. So it was good promotion, but just doesn't do it for me.
Isn't there a show that's like similar on ABC Family or CW or one of those? It's like same concept, but people disappeared.
Like Resurrection or something?
That might be what it's called.
But that's people that come back from the dead, right?
None of that stuff interests me.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it doesn't interest me either. I feel like it's... I don't know, and the Resurrection one even more so.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a little bit too heavy. Like, thankfully, I've never lost anyone really close to me, but I feel like that could be really fucked up for people who have, you know,
especially
like
years later when you've kind of like come to terms with it. And
I feel like I don't know, that's subject matter that you don't really want to touch, but whatever. So on to our big TV show discussion of Doctor Who. Today is the series premiere. I couldn't be more excited. I have to totally give a fangirl confession that I am one of the ones that leaked, or not leaked. I didn't leak it. So no. I didn't leak it, but I watched the leaked episode of Doctor Who, which was still in black and white, and the graphics were still not done. And I totally watched it, and spoilers, but regardless of the no color and no graphics, I cried. So
I probably will too.
It's gonna be a really good episode. I already love Peter Capaldi with all my heart and soul from just that one episode.
I'm so excited for him.
No, he's gonna be such a good Doctor, but it's gonna be so different. Like,
I feel like they're trying to like bring back the classic Who fans with like the older Doctor and all that.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be darker, which you'll like. It's gonna be.
I don't even know if I'm gonna watch the new season. I'm just getting over Matt Smith dying. Give me a second. Jesus.
He didn't die. He regenerated.
Whatever. He's gone, and I'm not okay with it.
Nobody is, and the first season really, without spoiling, the new season or the new episode really like gives him fan service. Like, it's really sweet, and that's when I, of course, cried. There's a lot of, like, I miss this person. I really wish this person was still here, which was very cute.
Maybe I'll watch it if Clara dies.
I love her.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
do you really?
I do really like her.
I don't. She did nothing for me in the first episode, as usual. It was all Peter Capaldi for me.
Okay.
He's just, I think he's going to be an amazing Doctor. Go ahead, Julie. Tell us why you love the Impossible Girl.
I don't know. Like, I was whatever about her at first, but she just grew on me a lot. Like, I don't know. I love her little style, and I don't know. I just really liked her.
Her style is amazing. I'm not going to take that away from her. I think she looks adorably cute, and she's adorably cute, but...
My favorite will always and forever be Rose, though.
My favorite is Amy.
River. I love River. And Captain Jack.
I relate a lot to, Captain Jack is like the best thing on earth. But yeah, I relate a lot to Amy. And Rose is a very, very close second.
I love Rory. Like, love Rory.
I love Rory. He's so good.
I feel so bad. He's like an adorable puppy.
I know. That's why I relate to Amy because
He's so cute.
I'm the asshole. I totally am. But I love Amy. To me, like, no one can top her. And to throw an itty bitty little spoiler, she's mentioned for a second in the new episode, and like, it made my day. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, no, I think we should all talk, since this is a Doctor Who centric podcast, we should all talk about why we like Doctor Who and what it means to us. Elsie, you first.
Well, I finally became a Doctor Who. I got Doctor Who divergenized, let's say.
You became a Whovian.
I wouldn't go that far because I know there's a lot of hype over it, and I know you girls like obsess and love it. I enjoyed it. I didn't see, and don't kill me, Whovians. I just thought it was a great show, but I'm not obsessed with it. It was something that I got under my belt. It's great, another notch for another show, and I'm moving on. I'm not, like, obsessed. It was just the way I did Lost, too, that I liked it, I enjoyed it, but I didn't obsess over it. And I think maybe it's because I go through it so quickly, I binge through it so quickly, that I don't really have time to simmer with it and really sink my emotions into it.
I do think that that's an important part of it.
Yeah, I mean, that I loved Tennant, that I loved Smith, absolutely. Didn't cry over Tennant's regeneration.
God,
I'm not a feely girl. I don't go through these emotions unless there's a puppy or a baby involved. Like, see, when Amy lost her baby, like, when they stole her, that's the episode that I was like, what? You know, I was very upset. But
yeah.
For the most part, I think it's a brilliantly done show. I love the Russell T Davies parts. He's one of my favorite writers. I love Queer as Folk, you know, so I think that's awesome. And creator.
No.
Yes.
Shut up. I didn't know that little tidbit of information.
Yeah.
No wonder.
That's why. He's
no
amazing.
wonder. That's why he writes those amazing episodes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Captain Jack. His creation.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes, and I fell in love with a lot of characters. Like, I love Amy and Rory and River are really my favorite companions. I really love Tennant and Smith. I'm not sure about Capaldi.
Are you an ageist?
Yeah, I am.
You are.
I discriminate. I do.
Yeah.
I know. I'm being really shallow today.
We all have our moments.
Just, you know, and I get what they were trying to do to make the whole Clara thing less, like, coupley or sexual, because you already did that with Rose. You already did the couple thing with Rose, so you can't do it again.
There's a little bit of it in the first episode, but it's because but slow down. Remember, when they first regenerate, they're like still dealing with fully becoming this person. Yeah. So he's still like half Smith and half himself. So there are moments where he's like, oh, I can't because I'll spoil, but I was in tears, like so terrible.
See, I love the awkwardness and the funny, and just like Raggedy Man was awesome. He was so awkward. I loved that.
Oh, it's because you like everyone complained about Matt Smith's Doctor because they felt like Moffat took over and he made him Sherlock.
A little bit,
yeah.
He did.
He likes like those unaffected.
Even the storylines are very Sherlock, which works for Sherlock. I don't think it works that much for Doctor Who. Yeah. And I think that's why the show has lost a little bit of steam towards the end of the last season with the whole Clara thing.
They've lost fans too. Like,
I hope
less people are watching. Less people have been watching in the UK, apparently, more so.
Yeah, I think the best part was with the whole Rory and Amy with the pawns and Matt Smith. I think that whole it was just brilliant. And I love River and that whole little game that they had back and forth. It's just so cute, and their little journal, and I loved it. So
I loved it too.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't made up my mind about whether I'm going to watch it or not. I'm still mourning.
I'm totally going to roll my eyes at you. In case the camera didn't catch it, that was a major eye roll at Elsie. She's totally going to watch it. I'm going to make her watch it.
You have to have someone on the opposite stream of what you guys are on, because the spectrum is really, really fangirl for you. To date what's coming.
Yeah.
So, next.
Yeah, for me, Doctor Who was not an immediate love for me, which is funny enough. When I started watching, I was like, I can't do this. Like, this is too cheesy and ridiculous, and I'm over it. No. But my husband was like, no, soldier through this. You're gonna really like it. I have a feeling you'll love it. I mean, you love Sherlock. That's why we started watching it, is because I was fully obsessed with Sherlock, and he was like, so we need to do this. So I stuck with it, and I'm gonna say, like, the majority of the time with 9, I wasn't fully invested. I was like, okay, this is something. And I'm like,
don't worry.
Actually, yeah, a lot of people like 9. I've discovered a lot of people like 9.
Shallow.
No. I mean, I was just.
Big ears, isn't it?
Sorry.
I love his big ears. Now when I look back, I'm like, oh, 9. But at the time, I was like, it's something that's on in the background. And then as it slowly started progressing, even before 10 came into the picture, I was like, okay, this show's, I like it. Like, I would catch myself, like, looking up every now and then from my computer and being like, oh, I like that. I think I'll watch. I'll pretend I'm watching, because I'm not going to let my husband know that he was right. And then, of course, once he regenerated and became 10, I mean, that was...
You're like, sold!
Which makes me sound really, really shallow, too. Because I totally love David Tennant. I think he's the cutest thing ever. But he was such a good doctor, and to me, I do really, really love Matt Smith. Like, at first I was like, no, I want nothing to do with you. But
That's how I was.
I was like,
he grows on you, and he grows on you really badly. Like, I miss him so much. He did a great job. But yeah, Doctor Who grew to symbolize something for me that was really positive. And I think I needed that in my life. A lot of shows are really negative, and even though I am a hater and I like all that sort of thing, Doctor Who was like refreshing to me. Like, I saw it as it's so cheesy, but like a beautiful show, more so than anything else. Like, it has a lot of
focuses a lot on humanity,
right, and how great we are instead of how terrible we are, because the majority of my favorite shows focus on the terrible side of humanity, because we can be, but it's important, I think, to remember that life is beautiful and we can be like the best us we can be. So I feel like that's what Doctor Who meant to me. That's why I got the tattoo, to remind me that, like, life can be good and people can be good, because sometimes that's really hard to remember. So that's what it means to me. I really, really like every episode makes me cry, but I'm a crier. I cried, and people are like, but why did you cry then? I was like, what do you mean? Why did you not?
You cried sad tears.
I've actually had that conversation very recently too, and they're like, why? I'm like, because it's too bad.
Yeah, like, Augie's like, are you crying right now? We watched the first episode of this new series, and I was like, you don't fucking cry right now. This shit moves me, and I have no idea why. There are certain shows that, like, destroy me, and certain shows that whatever, and this is definitely one of the shows that, like, basically I would say 80% of the episodes, you're gonna get me to cry. Whether it was Moffat or Davies, like, honestly, it didn't matter to me. Like, I feel like Matt Smith, it's a terrible thing to say, but I feel like, because I love 10, but I feel like Matt Smith's season was really, or all his seasons were really emotional, and I don't know if it's because I really related to Amy, and that's why it, like, really, really got me, her and Rory's relationship, but constantly crying. And when I lost them, it was, like, the worst.
Oh, yeah. I cried so much.
Yeah.
And that was so unexpected.
Yeah.
Like, I was not.
I know. I was like, what
what
is
do you mean?
Wait, I was like, slow down. What are you doing, Amy? Shut the fuck up. When she was like, so I'm going to do this right now. And I was like, shut your face. I felt like Matt Smith. I was like,
made the right choice. She chose her husband over the doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so cute.
So cute. See, already teary.
I could be nice. I can have feelings.
Yeah. I know you can have feelings. It's all an act. Just so you know, Elsie's haterade is such an act.
No, I really do hate a lot.
No, you do, but you're not a hateful person.
Well,
no, you're not.
I'm not a hateful person. I just hate on things.
She's a Slytherin. What do you expect?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, Julie, go into your diatribe about why you
Okay,
love Doctor
so I think I started Doctor Who like a year ago, and I hardcore binge watched it. I probably finished it in like 2 or 3 months, not even. Like, all of it, though, not just like the first couple seasons. And
So wait, you go all the way back to the beginning?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay,
no, like
okay.
I finished from 9 to now.
Right,
okay,
the reboot.
okay.
Yeah. What I did. Yeah.
I
Or the
recently tried
continuation.
Classic Food. I still have to go into that, but
No, you don't.
I kind of I agree with you. Like, it was kind of hard to watch at the beginning, but like I remember the first day I saw the first 3 episodes, and I was like, this is weird. Plastic people are running around. Mickey's plastic. Okay. And then, like, the next day, I saw the next couple episodes with the Celadines, and they were farting, and I was like, this is really weird, but I like it. And then, like, it got more emotional. Like, specifically episode 6, the first time we see a Dalek in the newer season, like, I cried in that episode. And then 2 episodes later, the episode called Father's Day, I really cried in that episode.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
And then, like, as it continued, I just slowly started loving it. And I love Eccleston, but, like, my doctor is 10. And I realized, you know that joke that they always say, like, your first doctor is your doctor? Well, like, the first episode I ever saw of Doctor Who was Midnight in season 4.
Such a good episode.
It is. And, like, I just saw it randomly one day, like, a month before I started watching the show. And so, yeah, he's, like, my doctor. I love Rose. I cried like a baby, like gross sobbing, like snot all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And the season 2 finale.
Yeah, that was an ugly one. I was on vacation.
Oh my God.
husband made me watch it, and I was like, I already know, like, something bad is gonna happen. I was literally in bed with my husband in Scotland, which he thought was appropriate. He was like, but we're in Scotland, we need to watch it. And I was like, okay. And I'm sitting there hysterically baby crying.
Yeah, it was
like,
so bad. And then like
rocking back and forth.
And then I started laughing because I was like, why am I crying this much over a TV show? And then I'm like, but this is so sad.
I'm used to this. This is nothing new. Augie's like, she's still alive. Billie Piper is still alive. I was like, I don't care about Billie Piper. I care about Rose.
And then like as it continued, like I took a little break in 3 because I wasn't feeling it too much. I didn't really like Martha at all. And then season 4 came, and I love Donna. Like, bro TP right there.
Yeah.
Like, I love them. They're so like great. And like once Rose started coming back in, I was like, oh my God, these feels. And they started this like building up.
Yeah.
And the finale, like when he went to her right before like he died, it was like,
yeah. I know. Yeah. It was rough. It was. He's the only one that went back to everybody to say goodbye.
Yeah, which I thought was really great. Like, I liked seeing everybody's little life after him.
Right. Yeah. I feel like
before him.
So, is the doctor that stayed with Rose really original Doctor and Donna's baby? Kind of. Because he's half human, so Donna. And he's a copy of... So I always laughed at that because I'm like, that's their baby.
I've never thought of that.
I've never thought of it that way either.
I thought it was funny.
Huh. That's something to think about. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Fangirl thoughts. That was a deep thought you made us think there. I had never connected all of that.
See, I can come from being shallow to something else.
Oh, please.
Worked my way back.
We're all shallow to a certain extent. Everybody is. No one can lie about that.
I think it's a great series, and if you haven't watched it, watch it. It took me about 2 years. I saw the first episodes of the reboot 2 years ago. I maybe saw 3 episodes. I was bored because the doctor wasn't good looking enough. Too shallow. And then Melly caught on, and she was like, you have to watch it. Finally, I did about a month ago. Binged through it. I ended up liking it a lot. Not as obsessed as some people.
That's okay, but I knew you would like it.
I think it's my kind of thing. Like, it's got time travel. It's space. It's, hello, dinosaurs in space. How amazing is that?
There's more dinosaurs in the new episode tonight.
Damn it!
I saw the promo for that.
Yeah, there's more dinosaurs.
I also really like the Russell time period a lot more than the Moffat time period.
I like the Moffat time period because of the Ponds, and I love them, and they're my favorite.
Yeah, I'm torn.
But I feel that the writing was a little better with
it was a little more like building up and like emotional and all that. I feel.
So I'm like, can you guys just get together and write a really good season?
Okay, so something I really wanted to talk to you guys about, because I've heard it so much. Like, I've been meeting people at these cons and like talking to them, and obviously like a main theme with fangirls is Doctor Who. Everyone loves Doctor Who, so that's always something we end up talking about. And a lot of people have told me that they hate Moffat, which I don't hate Moffat.
I hear that a lot too, actually.
I hate him because he plays games with my heart with Sherlock. But
See,
that's the only
does that
reason.
Extremely well. I think he writes Sherlock fantastic.
He's okay, but see, people have issues with him with Sherlock too, and it's all based on female characters. They think that he cannot write a strong female character. They think he demeans females, which I don't see at all.
River is amazing.
River is so strong. Amy, I also feel, is a really powerful female character, but they're like, oh, but she's just like fawning over the Doctor.
No, I mean, I think she just had a really... at the beginning, she was very confused whether her feelings for him were, you know, if she was attracted, if she wanted to leave Rory, whatever. But when
push came to shove,
when something happened to Rory, she realized, oh, I'm in love with Rory, and he's my future, and this is who I want to spend my life with.
I feel like it's very realistic. It's very realistic things that pop into a woman's mind, and I don't think that makes her weak.
Think about it. If someone came out from outer space and told you could go anywhere in any timeline, wouldn't you kind of like crush on them for a little bit? Of course, that. Especially
if he looked like Matt Smith or David Tennant.
Especially if he was the Doctor.
I do. And it's not so much about even what they look like, but the point is that they are showing they are offering you the worlds.
And I feel like
the universe.
And I feel like that's why women kind of really love Doctor Who. And I hate to say that because it also makes me feel and sound shallow, and it also makes it sound like Outlander, right? But it's like a different veil placed over it that I relate to more. Like, if someone shows up and is like, I could show you the world, come with me, like... You have no idea.
Perfect shirt, by the way, for that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to start singing the song. So, like, come with me and I'll take you on all these amazing adventures. And seriously. You're a beautiful person. You're a beautiful person. Everyone's a beautiful person. Life is beautiful. Wouldn't you fall in love with this person?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
I painted the door of my bedroom as the TARDIS.
That's amazing.
Just waiting for the day
that it'll actually turn into one, and the Doctor will show up.
But which Doctor would come through the door?
10. It's 10. It's 10. Or 9, I guess. I mean, I guess. It doesn't have the little...
Tenant's got better hair.
Thing. Yeah. I would
he really has beautiful hair. I have fantasies about his hair. Let's continue
seen,
on.
Pictures of like the
hair ruffling.
Yes.
Yeah,
so funny.
I reposted a few of those on Tumblr. Not gonna lie.
10 and 11 both have great hair.
They do.
It's true.
They really do.
They do. We're not following in the tradition of great hair, but it's okay. You're gonna live, Capaldi.
I kind of wish it was ginger, but
I know, because it's always like still not ginger. I'm like, come on, just give him a ginger already. Yeah. And it should also be a woman. I'm all pulling for the Doctor should be a woman in one reincarnation.
He thought he was before,
right?
So like, I mean, I guess that's possible.
I would really love to see a female Doctor.
Well, if this is the 13th and he can't regenerate anymore, maybe it's just he can't regenerate into a male.
Right. There's going to be a loophole. You know, there's going to be a loophole.
Will be, well, now it has to be in the other gender.
Yeah.
Because didn't they say that the cycle is starting anew again? So, I mean, there technically could be like 12 more Doctors after this.
There's going to be a loophole because he grabbed all the energy when he regenerated. So doesn't that mean something? I probably should have watched the last episode before I did this, but I feel like
I just saw it last night.
Okay, so didn't he grabbed all
from the crack?
Right. So
yes, and that's what let him regenerate again.
So didn't he could have more lives stuck in there? He still has the energy in him, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Don't you always carry that energy? Or is it just a regeneration energy?
They gave him that energy just to regenerate this one time. Like, they'll bring something up.
I feel like there's going to be a loophole because, you know, Moffat loves his loopholes. So he's going to go ahead and do that.
I'm all for the female. I think would like amazing.
I would really like a female.
Like, okay, now it's like 13 new seasons of girl Doctor Who. I'd be like,
that'd be amazing. Awesome. With some hot companions.
Yes.
Yeah. Take a spin on it instead.
Yeah. Girls need their time. We can be powerful and awesome. Not that the companions are not. because I feel like the companions make the Doctor better. And
They
that's like
do.
the whole theme. He needs them.
That's the whole reason why he focuses on human ones to like we rein him in from being this all powerful like badass, but you need to calm down and not destroy worlds.
Right.
You know?
I feel like without them, he wouldn't be as good a person.
Right.
The perfect example is like how Rose was. Like, you know, she was.
And that's why I liked her.
Exactly. Like,
That's
he
why I
even
told
left
you.
her, like, the doctor be like, make him more like you made me. And
Right.
I was like,
Yeah, because she loved humanity, and that's why I loved Rose. Like, she was the good part of that
I
equation.
found her annoying.
I
Sorry.
loved her.
Oh, God.
I know.
I was like, how she's over in my
know.
bed. Like, she looks over me as I sleep.
That is a fangirl moment.
That is.
Absolutely.
That is, because I wish I was more like her. I'm not. I'm Amy. I'm not Rose. But I wish I was more like
took
Rose.
that test and I got Rose. So
I got River.
I got River. So unexpected, but I'll take it. I love River. She's amazing, and I'm really happy she's on Arrow.
Amy's daughter, so there you go.
Exactly. I cut from the same thread. But we're going to take a little break, and we'll come back. And we're back. All right, so we're going to be talking about movies next. All right, so there haven't been a whole lot of great, awesome, geeky movies coming out lately, except for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which rocked it.
It was so good. I watched it twice. Julie's watched it twice.
I have. It's so great.
I've been really busy. I saw it once. Real life, that bitch. But I've been dying to go see it again because I love it so much. It was really great.
Right? It is not my thing to watch movies more than once in the theater, like since I was like 16 years old. Like I don't do that anymore. But this one, like, it really makes you want to watch it every weekend.
Yeah, like, you know those parts when you go see a movie that you get like, okay, this is the boring part.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't feel that at
No.
all watching it again.
No, it's so good. It's kind of I don't know if this is extreme, but it's kind of perfect. Everything's
I agree.
perfect.
I love that there was an amount of cheesiness to it, which I usually loathe, but I loved it. It was a lot of cute 80s references, and then we're 80s babies, so I totally loved it. It was really, visually it was beautiful, it was well written, and the amount of cheesiness was just, you know, on the surface, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty good.
Perfect.
So I'm very happy with Guardians. I'm happy with all the like little Easter eggs they did, like the mentioning of Star-Lord's dad, which I'm hoping to see later on in
Star
something.
Prince.
Yes. So I'm excited. This is Marvel. You are just doing so good.
So good. So good. You
So
do it
good.
right. You do it right every time. Well, not every time, but you're doing it right now.
Yeah. And I'm really happy that they didn't do Thanos like really awful CGI. Like it was well done, and I was very worried about that. And now with the Avengers, we'll get more of Thanos, and I'm excited that they're doing so well with my expectations, because I went into Guardians thinking, oh my god, I overhyped it for myself.
Me
It's gonna be
too.
awful because I'm so excited. And
Yeah.
usually I go in with very low expectations, and then it either goes okay because I had low expectations, but I was pressured with this one, so I was like, you better not suck. And it didn't, and I'm very happy about it.
That's totally the way that I felt. I was so excited for it. Like, ever since I saw the first trailer, I was like, this is going to be the best movie ever.
Yeah,
So-
I was like that too.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my god, that means it's going to be terrible. I'm totally setting myself up for failure.
Yes,
But
exactly.
it was so good. It was ridiculous. Like, Groot is my favorite character
How cute.
ever. Like, I need every, like I mentioned in my blog, I need every single merchandise item possible, like, buy all the Groot things. That's the way I feel right
I
now.
have such a hard time figuring out who I loved them all, so I was like, it could be
Yeah, it's
Star
very
Lord,
hard.
it could be Groot, but I think if I had to pick one, it'd be Rocket. I loved.
I agree.
I love him too. Like,
I just loved what a little dick he is.
Yeah,
and
but
he's
then
like,
he's so like,
but he redeems himself, and
He
he's like,
does.
okay, fine, my stupid friends, I'll go save you.
and then like he was so human at the end, even though he's a raccoon. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, don't cry.
Yeah, I loved everything about it. I think it was fantastic, and it was written by a woman.
Was it?
Yeah, this was the first time that a woman wrote a Marvel movie.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so...
More women need to be recognized in this industry, for sure.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, there you go. You could do it. Perfect proof. But yeah, no, the soundtrack was amazing. Like, I listen to it whenever I know I'm going to have a hard, long day. I put it on as I'm driving to work, and it makes my day so much better. Like, there's no other way to start my day.
Yeah. Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah. I was actually, during the movie, I was thinking of, like, how I would describe it in the vlog and how I would talk about it for the podcast. And I was like, oh, for the second one, they have to, like, have an awesome mix number 2. And then at the end of the movie, I was like, there it is. I knew you would pop up at some point. But it was just really good. I love that Karen Gillan was in it, and she was badass.
She did so great. I loved Nebula.
Yeah, she did a really, really good job. I love how badass she was, and the voice, between the robotic voice and like her sassy walk. Every time she would walk from one place to another, I was like, "Do it, girl!"
And her makeup was amazing.
It really was. And the fact that she shaved her head, like that's true commitment. And only she could look gorgeous with a shaved head. Like, seriously. I hate her so much. No, not really. I love you so much. But it's, honestly, I think it's the best movie of the summer. And I really liked X-Men. Like, we had a really good time watching it.
I kind of want to say I liked Guardians almost more than Avengers. I loved Avengers, but I really loved Guardians.
Yeah, it beats Avengers for me, too.
Well, no. I was like, ooh, I wouldn't go that far because, you know, Thor and I have a love affair since I was 5 years old, so no, nothing beats that. But Guardians, you're in my heart, second best. I really enjoyed it.
I'm kind of in love with Chris Pratt now, so like
he's kind of amazing. He stole his Star-Lord outfit so he could visit sick kids in a hospital. Like, I mean, where did you come from? Why do you exist?
There was this video that he like rapped an entire Eminem song like off the top of his head.
Yes,
and I
saw that. Yeah, I mean, I think he's amazing. He's like the best human being. Where did you come from? Again, what is life? To quote Tumblr, what is life? What is even life?
A Tumblr post that was really great. It was like all the 3 pictures of the 3 Chris's from all the Marvel movies. And it's like, find a guy who's named Chris, buff him up, question mark, love.
That's fantastic.
Exactly, it's true. He knew. But yeah, no, he's amazing. Everyone, again, Zoe Saldana was really, really good as Gamora. I loved her.
Her makeup was great too.
Her makeup was amazing, and she's just a powerhouse. I love her. I think
visually,
she's great.
Everything just clicked. Everything was really well done. So kudos, definite girl thumbs up.
So many fangirls thumbs up. We love it. So that's our movie for today that we're going to be covering. Lots of ones for sure in the future. But for now, we have a bunch of news to share with each other. I'll start with some of my news. A Wrinkle in Time is going to be made into a movie, which is like my absolute favorite book from when I was a kid. I think that's when I actually realized, or thinking about it now, I didn't realize it back then, that I was a total geek, like total sci-fi book, and I was totally into it, like sci-fi, fantasy, crazy shit. Like my husband hasn't read it, so I like kind of broke it down for him, and he was like, wow, that's a really geeky book. And I was like, yeah, it really is. And it was my childhood. Like I was obsessed. I read it like 15 times. So now it's being adapted into a movie by the same director as Frozen. So I don't know what to think. I don't know whether to be like super, super excited or super, super scared. Somewhere like Jesse Spano.
I think people have excitement for it. Frozen was good, and
it was.
And they're doing this live action. They're not doing animation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'll pull through. It'll be good.
I hope so, because it's so amazing.
It has a lot of possibilities, and
it has a lot of like. The graphics have to be amazing. It's a strange book. Like it takes a lot.
Space.
It takes a lot to be adapted. Like
so we'll see.
Big brains and all sort of.
And the casting is what's going to be the most important for the brother, for the girl.
Yeah.
Which it's been so long since I've read it. I don't remember their names. I just have this like vague memory.
Oh my God! It's right there on the tip of my tongue.
After her dad, and
it's a two-part. It's a two-part name for Christopher Wallace. It's Christopher Wallace's little brother that gets kidnapped, brain and all that good stuff. But yeah, just Make it good, Disney.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah, don't, or I'm gonna be so...
Our childhood's gonna be...
Yeah, I'm gonna be so upset. But, yeah, that's my news for today. What is your news, Julie?
I don't have news.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. I'm really interested in seeing that movie, Into the Woods. I think it's made by the people who made Wicked, and I saw Wicked on Broadway, and oh my god, that was amazing. So.
It's a musical too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because there's no singing in the trailer.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a musical. I heard it's gonna be a musical.
Well, it was a musical, right, on Broadway. And
Into the Woods, or
yeah, Into the Woods.
I know nothing about it.
Okay, apparently it is a musical. I just know from my friends that are like big Broadway fans, but they're upset that there was no singing in the trailer.
Oh, what a shame.
Elsie hates musicals, in case you haven't noticed.
Well, they should put the music and the whole singing into the trailer, because then people like me will have a false sense of security, and then we go see the movie and bam, it's a horrible 2 hours worth of singing.
And Chris Pine is in it. Does that mean Chris Pine can sing? I mean, can he get any better?
Johnny Depp is in it too.
Of course he is. Of course he is. It's Tim Burton, isn't it? Is it Tim Burton?
I don't think so.
It's not. It just looks Tim Burton-esque.
Yeah.
So Johnny Depp is just thrown in the mix because he's amazing.
I think he plays the big bad wolf in it.
Does he?
I could see him playing that. It's fantastic.
But yeah, I mean, Meryl Streep is in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, they're gonna sing their fucking asses off. I didn't know that Chris Pine could sing. That makes him even better.
This is totally you. I decline.
It is totally me. It is totally me. I live for musicals. Ugh. The more singing, the better. Sing it out.
Yeah, I love musicals.
Get it out by singing.
Only if I could fast forward through it. That's how I got through Frozen. Is my remote fast forwarding through music.
I don't even
I'm
understand.
Sorry, I just can't handle it.
Can you imagine if I could sing? I would be singing all, like, we would go out for drinks for happy hour, and I would just sing out all my problems.
Anyway,
I mean. Well, me too, but I mean, it would be really a problem, and you would hate me, and we probably wouldn't be friends.
No, I don't see any universe where we would have
But yeah, so I'm totally excited for that too. I don't really know what it's about. I just know obviously it's about fairy tales, but like a whole group of them.
I know too.
But why ruin that with the singing?
Because Chris Pine is singing.
That's probably gonna be very comical.
I can't imagine him singing. I may crack up or cry or laugh. I'm not really. Yeah. Exactly. I just don't understand. When I saw him in the trailer, I was like, what? Why? But yeah, good times. Elsie, what's your news?
My news.
Non-musical news.
Non-musical. I am a little bit behind, but I just got Diablo 3 for Xbox One, and I'm a little addicted. So I will be doing live streaming, so just look out for my post on Facebook and Twitter, where I'll attach the link so you can watch me and my husband play some Diablo 3. It's a badass game, and I'm really enjoying being a wizard. And killing lots of creatures. So join me in my little quest.
What is it about?
It's pretty much like angels versus demons, and you go in and my husband's a crusader, I'm a wizard, we're fighting on the good side. And
how dare you?
I know, right? And you just get a bunch of quests, and you go through them, and you level up, and you get more magic, and these badass armors, and you kill a lot. It's fun.
But you're on the good side.
But you're still killing a lot of things, so it works.
So yeah.
All right.
So stay tuned.
Yeah. So speaking of social media, you guys should definitely follow us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And we have a new Tumblr blog. It's the fangirldiariesblog.tumblr.com. So we'll finally be able to write blog posts about book reviews or movie reviews in case we can't get to it in film version. So you'll be able to see all of that there. We'll also be doing the regular reblogging that Tumblr provides. Like our Tom Hiddleston Ice Bucket Challenge. I really have to get the Cumberbatch one up there. I haven't put it up there yet because it's magical.
And Chris Hemsworth, which I'm kind of sad that he didn't take his shirt off.
but he had a tiny tank top on, so it's kind of the same thing. But the arms were there.
You might as well just remove.
You might as well.
Piece of clothing.
We're being really fangirl today.
I'm being so shallow.
We're always trying to be
terrible.
like, we are professional.
I am so sophisticated and intelligent. Yeah. No, just
bring it out in people.
Yeah. It's because Julie's here. She's younger, so she brings out our like high school feelings.
There we go.
Our high school feelings would be like, just be naked all the time. So yeah, it sucks. Cumberbatch did it. He needs to learn from Cumberbatch. Have you seen it?
Yeah, no, I saw it. I saw the multiple.
Yeah, there's multiple reincarnations. Why couldn't have people done this? He did it better than anybody else.
I think Chris Hemsworth really should have done that, but...
I would have been okay with Chris Hemsworth in a shower, in a tux, on a bike. Yeah, can we just swap?
Yes, I'm okay with him with clothes or without clothes.
Yeah.
He looks great in anything.
Let's just swap the Cumberbatch for the Hemsworth. Can they do that? Can we start a petition? A fangirls petition?
We want to see you in the shower, Chris.
Yeah, it wasn't fair. But anyways, Tumblr blog, follow us. We also have a new LA correspondent, Anika, who we love very much. So she'll be covering all events in LA because we don't get a whole lot of geeky shit down here. We really wish we did. We're getting better. Yeah. But we definitely don't have the amount that Anika has over in LA. So she'll be getting all the good stuff. And she just did a post about this really awesome fantasy movie marathon sleepover.
Why don't we have that down here?
Yeah, in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery with the never-ending story Labyrinth. Like, ridiculous. So super jealous of that.
Unicorns.
Yeah, unicorn photo booths. I mean, what? So basically we're all going to move to LA tomorrow. So whatever. But yeah, we have her. So definitely follow her on Twitter. She's lilypads. And she'll be around a lot. And we're going to be having a Doctor Who sleepover next weekend. Oh, wait. Come on, Julie. Go for it. She's double screwdrivering. I'm going to try not to make that dirty. So yeah, Doctor Who sleepover next Saturday at 6 p.m. I'll put all the details down below on YouTube. But we'll be doing our first ever Google Hangout. So it's a virtual sleepover. We'll be picking each of our favorite episodes, and then we're going to release a poll for all of you to choose what you'd like us all to watch together. We'll have a drinking game with a bunch of awesome drinks. Duh. Yeah. Julie will not be participating in that. There's plenty of orange juice for her to take shots of. But we'll be semi-dressed up and having a good time, feeling the feels, possibly crying.
Most likely crying,
laughing, and being generally fangirly. So definitely join us. It's August 30th at 6 p.m. And we'll see you guys around. Bye.